Biafra Liberation Army engaged in a shootout with Asari boys and police in Old Enugu, setting a vehicle on fire during the chaos on April 15, 2025. A critic has warned Igbo youths not to join the Nigerian military, claiming they are often sent to the northern region to die fighting Boko Haram. The critic criticized the Nigerian government's alleged exploitation of young men through military recruitment and accused it of targeting southeastern youth. The critic advocated for the creation of regional defense groups and emphasized that the Southeast should protect itself without relying on federal forces. A man identified as Mr. Stephen prayed for the release of a political detainee named Nnamdi Kanu, expressing hope that justice would be served in his next court hearing. The critic highlighted government inaction in northern Nigeria, accusing them of enabling bandits and rebranding them as cattle rustlers or kidnappers. The critic urged local communities to invest in their own security systems instead of waiting for federal assistance, especially given widespread poverty and youth unemployment. Wealthy individuals in the Southeast were criticized for not investing in regional security or speaking out against violence and marginalization. Civil defense personnel were accused of threatening and coercing a woman to deny involvement in an organ harvesting case, raising serious human rights concerns. On April 15, 2025, in the historic Old Enugu neighborhood of Enugu State in southeastern Nigeria, a dramatic and disturbing scene unfolded. The Biafra Liberation Army, an armed separatist group advocating for the independence of the Biafran region, engaged in a fierce and chaotic confrontation with a group known locally as Asari boys and officers from the Nigerian police force. In the aftermath of this shootout, a vehicle was set ablaze, symbolizing the tense and violent nature of the incident. The clash was not just a moment of physical violence, it was also a powerful statement of protest and defiance, steeped in years of political tension, historical injustice, and growing frustration among the southeastern people. Enugu, a city with deep cultural roots and historical ties to the Biafran cause, has become one of the focal points in the ongoing struggle between federal forces and pro-Biafra agitators. What happened on that day was not just an isolated burst of conflict, it was a spark in a larger fire of discontent. The video evidence of this encounter, shared widely on social media platforms and particularly on YouTube through channels like Magnetic Gist TV, captured not only the gunfire and shouting, but also the voices of ordinary citizens expressing their pain, confusion, and anger. A narrator in the video made passionate appeals, repeatedly chanting, "No Biafra, no peace," while urging the youths of the Southeast, particularly those from the Igbo ethnic group, to reject offers to join the Nigerian military. According to this speaker, who seemed to reflect the opinion of many disillusioned young people, enlisting in the Nigerian military has become a death sentence for Southeasterners. The critic accused the government of deliberately sending Igbo youth to dangerous northern battlefields where they are deployed to fight against the Islamic terrorist group known as Boko Haram. He warned that the goal is not national service, but a silent campaign to reduce the number of young men from the Southeast. His words were raw and emotional, reflecting real fear and suspicion. He said, "If you enter that day where they recruit you as a soldier, they are sending you to the north to go and fight Boko Haram." He expressed concern that many of these young men were being deceived by promises of military salaries and a better life, only to face untold hardship and possible death far from home. The critic's appeal was not just about avoiding military service, it was also a rallying cry for self-determination. He called for the creation of regional defense forces that could protect the southeastern communities without relying on the federal government. His message was simple yet powerful: The Southeast must learn to defend itself. This view was echoed by others in the video. One man, identified as Mr. Stephen, prayed publicly for the release of a prominent political detainee, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, a group that has long demanded the independence of Biafra. Mr. Stephen expressed his hope that justice would be served in Mr. Kanu's upcoming court hearing and that he would soon be free. The mention of Mr. Kanu stirred strong emotions, as he is seen by many in the Southeast as a symbol of resistance and a voice for the voiceless. The video also included more general criticism of the Nigerian government's handling of security, particularly in northern Nigeria. The speaker accused the government of rebranding terrorists as cattle rustlers or kidnappers to downplay the severity of the violence. He argued that these violent groups are often allowed to operate with impunity, while federal forces focus their efforts on quelling dissent in the South. He raised an important question. If the government can turn a blind eye to organized crime in one part of the country, why is it so aggressive in cracking down on self-determination movements in the Southeast? The implication is that there is a deep-seated double standard in the way the Nigerian state treats its regions. One of the most striking parts of this long monologue was the speaker's call for community-based security solutions. He pointed out that many southeastern communities are filled with unemployed youth, young men who could be trained and equipped to protect their own neighborhoods. However, he lamented that wealthy individuals in the region often fail to invest in security or take a public stand against the violence and marginalization. He asked a rhetorical but powerful question: what is your investment in terms of security? He highlighted that while the Southeast is home to many successful businessmen and billionaires, very few of them use their wealth to build community defense systems or speak out against injustice. This, he said, was unacceptable. The conversation then shifted to a particularly disturbing case of alleged corruption and abuse of power involving the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, a paramilitary agency. According to the speaker, officers from this agency coerced a woman into denying her involvement in an organ harvesting investigation. She was reportedly threatened with losing her job if she did not cooperate. The video claims that the woman's mother was also pressured to publicly disavow the incident. The speaker accused civil defense officers of covering up a serious crime, an accusation that, if true, represents a serious human rights violation. He demanded that the Imo State Commissioner of Police intervene and ensure a full investigation. He also called for the suspect in the organ harvesting case to be transferred to a more neutral and capable investigative unit, such as the Tiger Base. His concern was not just about justice in one case, but about a broader pattern of impunity and intimidation by security forces. The situation in Old Enugu on April 15th was a symptom of something deeper, a clash of ideologies, a breakdown of trust, and a desperate search for justice in a system that many believe has long failed them. The violence, the protests, and the angry speeches all reflect a growing divide between the southeastern people and the federal government of Nigeria. This divide is fueled by a long history of marginalization. The Southeast has often been politically sidelined, economically neglected, and portrayed in national discourse as rebellious. But the voices in this video argue that the Southeast is not rebellious. It is simply demanding the respect, security, and self-determination that every region deserves. The tension in Nigeria today is not just about guns and politics. It is also about identity, belonging, and justice. The young men refusing to join the military are not cowards. They are people making a political statement. The communities forming local defense groups are not vigilantes. They are people taking survival into their own hands. And the critics of the government are not anarchists. They are citizens demanding change. The events in Enugu and the voices that followed remind us that Nigeria is at a crossroads. If the grievances of the Southeast are ignored, if justice is denied to those who speak out, and if the government continues to use force instead of dialogue, the unrest will not disappear, it will deepen. But if leaders listen, if justice is done, and if investment is made in security, unity and fairness, there is still hope for peace. For now, the people of Old Enugu continue to live with the smoke of that burning vehicle, the echo of gunfire, and the heavy knowledge that their fight for safety, for justice, for dignity, is far from over.
April 15 happening live. The Biafra land. No Biafra, no peace. No Biafra, no peace. No Biafra, no peace. No Biafra, no peace. See the mad people. See them, idiots. When I live on land over here. When I dey craze. Their bond is going. They're going down. They're going down. They're going down.
Also, I have a word those policemen. Hi, God. Oya Kadundo, say don't tell on your hospital. Say don't tell on your hospital. Oya Kadundo. Hi, Jesus. They know you, bro.
They tell us to enter soldier. Okay, we're gonna go kill us. If you enter soldier now, ona go import us. Go northern side. Make Boko Haram go finish us. I beg you, no youth of Igbo should enter military at all. Umono no try am, make una no try am. Because if you enter, Bakam, as that day when they recruit you as a soldier, they are sending you to north. They are sending you to northern side to go and fight Boko Haram. And they tell you, they want to kill all the youths waiting for Igbo. Make I tell you. If you get sense, I beg. That small thing where they do, where they give you money, I beg. They do as a day like this now, we be say soldier salary, they chop them, and they get them a day. He say make I go enter soldier. How much do they pay soldier? Where I go carry gun, enter motor, enter bush. For how many months I go day bush? To suffer for who? For this government will be like this. Now I go suffer for obey the last order. Which order? Oga. Make everybody become civilian. Go carry Yoruba and Hausa, make them become soldier. Biafra men know they enter soldier. We know they enter. We know they enter, so we have our own soldier. We want if I want enter soldier now, Biafra soldier, Biafra liberation I go enter. That even if you not qualify to become soldier, as far as you be Igbo man, they will qualify you to make sure say they send you to Boko Haram. Boko Haram will finish you. They can tell you their plan. This is their plan. Don't try. Oga, all the Igbo man will be soldier self. Mona come out from there. Mona come out from there immediately. They're gonna come out from soldier. Check them. The only Igbo people that they send for north. The only Igbo that they send for our land. But they go protect our land. For what now? Oga, we know they enter any soldier. We know they enter soldier. Lie. We know if you enter any soldier. We know fit. We know go enter. Make it becomes your own soldier. Soldier our again and again. We know the enter any soldier. Lie. Why you go to tell us now you can't enter soldier? Okay. We're gonna go carry us, send us for north. But they finish us. We don't go anywhere. We are a businessman. We are a businessman. Igbo man is a businessman. We believe in business.
Nnamdi Kanu Odogwu. Arụsị Ebunaka Onere. Mgbamgba ogidi. Ajanwụ na-akpọ nsị nkụ.
Na-ekwu otu a.
Katakata agbụsịa.
Odogwu nwoke.
Odogwu Ikariga.
Gbam.
Ochie dike nwụrụ ọgụ mberede nyere dike.
Na-ekwu otu a.
Eje ihu eje ọzọ ọkpa ichoku. Arụsị na-egbu nwoke mgbe ndị ya na-agụ ya.
Ewo.
Akwa akwụrụ. Katakata agbụsịa.
Gbam.
Atakata eno.
Gbam.
Inyere onuno. O nyere ngụ gbaka ịbụ.
Gbam.
Eme enume a na ịkwụrụ kpachim.
Gbam.
Nye na-etuzi ya bụ onyiri ọnwụ nke mbụ. Anwụ n'ụmụ ahịa.
Anwụ n'ụmụ ahịa.
Ebe emechara gị ihe niile emere ndụ wee ruo taa, nwezi ihe mmadụ ga-eme.
Nke a bụ eziokwu.
Ọkụ jee nekọt. Anọkwa ebe a postpone bụkwa ya again.
Case adjoined.
A na-eme case adjoined. Na o mere gịnị? Onye na-eme case adjoined, o jidere ya na nwunye ya.
Na o mere gịnị?
A jidere ebe o ji egbe wee zuo ori. Enwekwara ike isi nekwa ihe nwa amadi ya mere.
Mr. Stephen Ikejimba aka Uwezuoke. Here in this video, Uwezuoke prayed for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He wishes Mazi Nnamdi Kanu well, and he prays that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released in his next court. He said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won't go home na ndị jidekọsịrị ha na ya based on the issue of ikewa obodo na ahapụkwa ndị nke ahụ, mana ọ because of na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye Igbo na ka eji wee na-emeso ya ihe a na-eme ya. O wee si na ọfụbekwa ụdị mmadụ dịka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, o wee kpere ya ekpere sị ka Chukwu gọzie ya.
Aga m ekpegidere onye ahụ ekpere, ọ na-aga n'ihu gbam ewere ejeche ndị ofe mmanụ ọrụcha ọma kutu onye ewe were Nnamdi maka na onye Igbo na-atụ ejo njoloko were na-egwurido were ya na-azụ draft brospondi na-eme ka gịnị wee mee ka o wee nwere ihe ọzọ ya achọpụta n'aka ya. Kedu ihe a ya asị na onye o mere? Mana ihe mma bụ na oji ihe nwata weli ya aka elu aka ya eru ya, mana aja ekiche na ọ bụ na onwe ihe nwa amadi ya mere ewee na-akpụgharị ihe a na-akpụgharị ya. Anyị were ihe niile ha mmụọ nọ n'elu n'aka, anyị mmụọ dị n'ala n'aka, anyị ndị nọ na mmiri n'aka, anyị ndị a na-afụ anya n'aka, anyị ndị ada afụ anya n'aka, anyị ndị nọchiri anya anyị na mmụọ n'aka, anyị kwuo onye ndị nọchiri anya anyị na mmadụ n'aka ha. Kịta ndị isi ụkwa apụtara n'otu n'otu, ha na ha apụta n'otu n'otu, ha ekwetewego ihe a na-ekwu. Ha nụ m ekpere ka a gbasara kọtụ, mana sị ndị ụka jere eje ya dịkwara ụnụ na mma, mana ndị na-anakpu ka m sị pụta na ọ bụrụ na aka gị dị ya mere na ị chọbeghị ịpụta, nke a gbasakwara gị, nke a gbasakwara gị. O ji akpa asa ahụ mara onwe ya, ma ndị igwe anyị fụrụ. A sị m ụnụ jisie n'ike, maka na onye oru na-anara ofe onye oru azụ, ọkwa oru niile ka a na-ara azụ oha gbam. Nke bụ eziokwu ka m na-ekwukwana, maka na onye chiri na ma igwe atụrụ wee ba n'ime ọhịa, ofuke wee funahịa, ọ hapụ ndị ọzọ chọba ofuke gbam. Ka anyị chọsie na nwa amadi ike. Ọ bụkwa ka Nnamdi Kanu, ọ bụ Nnamdi Nnamdi ga-adị, o nwere ihe na-eme. Akwa gị kwa nkwara ka aka, kwa anya nkwa aka, osecha lelele ma ọkwụrụkwa gbam, dọtacha ahụ ma ọkwụrụkwa, chejie kọlọ ma ọkwụrụkwa, afọ na-erujuo ma ọkwụrụkwa, o nwere ihe na-eme. Nnamdi gaba n'iru no chekin. Asị m na ọ ga-adịrị gị mma n'ahịa na-anọ ụbọ na-anọ, ntụgụ ji ezu oke n'ahịa na-anọ ụbọ na-anọ, Eke, Orie, Afọ na Nkwọ. Nwa ọbụla bịara iri anụ gị ji eri anụ onwe ya. Onye ọbụla na-ekwu okwu ọjọọ n'ebe ị nọ, ndị mmụọ nọ n'ala na ndị nọ n'elu ga-ekwu okwu ọjọọ n'isi. Onye ọbụla na-achọ ndụ gị, o ji eji ndụ ya wee chụ aja, mmụọ eri ndụ ya. Asị ọ bịara n'isi eji m ekwu otu kịta, mana ya dịba butuo agụ nwayọ asọkwa sọja, ọ bịara n'isi aka jie ha ya. Asị m ha ya, mmụọ nọ n'ala eseniene, mmụọ nọ n'elu eseniene, nke nọ na mmiri oseniene, ndị a na-afụ anya eseniene, ndị ada afụ anya esenigwo ha. Ihe dị iche adịgo na kịta ka ụnụ ga-afụ ihe dị iche na kapital bi na ọkpa ezizi ọhala. M ga-afụ ihe egwu anyị agbakịta. Egwu anyị agbakịta bụ ọma nwanne ya aya nwa nwanne ya, ọma nwanne ya ama nwa nwanne ya, mana onye ma nwanne ya. Onye ọbụla amụtara nkapị benata ya ọnụ, nke mụọ awọ zọsịnata ya afọ, maka na ụlọ ewere ka onye nwe ya ama, na-ewere n'ebe onye nwanne ya ama. Ọsọ nọ n'ihe mkpụrụ, ọsọ na-anọ n'ihe mkpụrụ, ihe mma bụ otu a mkpụrụ ya ka ọ dị.
Happening in Nigeria at the moment, and to be more specific, in northern Nigeria. Do you think it should be likened to a man that is sleeping or a man that is pretending to be sleeping? A question. But well, in my own opinion, it can be likened to a man that is pretending to be sleeping. And what are my reasons? So practically speaking, do you think that concept have changed as far as the North is concerned at the moment? What the media have succeeded in doing is giving them a different name, a redefined name. Bandits, cattle rustlers, kidnappers. That is what the media have succeeded in doing. And what do you need to ensure this? You must make sure they are uneducated, and even if they are educated, they must be fanatically inclined. When they are fanatically educated, it doesn't matter what you have read. Fanatism will override that. And that is the reality. That is just the fact. And if you think that the government is not aware, the government is fully aware. But the fact is, you can't rule out some elements of selfishness in the midst of all this and a lot of it. But the fact is, the government is aware, but to some certain extent, they will not come out and tell you things the way it is. But the fact is, they are expecting you to use your tongue to count your teeth. And that is why the DSS boss told you this.
Well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I'll shoot him first. And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How?
So what am I trying to say? In regards security, it's up to you, it's up to a community to actually phantom a way of dealing with that while you wait for the federal government. But what do you have in Nigeria? I've seen communities where even to contribute 500 naira levy for security, to pay their own local security, is a problem. You are still waiting on the government. You are still waiting on the government to solve all your problems. You have a lot of jobless youths that are in that community that are looking for a job. But the fact is, when it comes to protecting your community, you prefer them to do a free job. And that is why you have a lot of millionaires, a lot of billionaires in a community. But you get to see that they are being ravaged by this insecurity, and all they do is come to newspaper and push the blame game. So it's up to anybody that is listening to this. The problem of the North is like the fight of Armageddon. So don't wait for the fight of Armageddon to happen. Why do I say the fight of Armageddon? Because last, when everything's set, you will get to see this fight I'm talking about that is going to come from the North. Because it's going to be a fight between the minority tribes that see things differently and objective people, and a fight against people that still conceive this same ideology of domination in the name of fanatical beliefs. That is what I'm saying. Do you get my message? My message is not just to the North, but to empower who needs to be empowered to protect his terrain without waiting on the government, just like the DSS boss have told you as well. If I must tell you the fact, the ones I pity most in the midst of all this are the Easterners. Though despite the fact that I pity you, I don't pity you entirely. Because I believe the power lies within you. The power lies within you. And the fact is, I want to bring this to your notice. In as much as there's marginalization, you complain of marginalization, but marginalization cannot be proven on paper, because there's nothing that can be proven on paper. Because the way you are complaining about marginalization is the same way even the minority in the Northerners are actually marginalized, but they cannot speak. But why I say I can't pity you is the fact that you have the power. You are productive. You have the means. You are very productive. You have a lot of millionaires and billionaires within you. What is your investment in terms of security? A lot of atrocities happen, and your billionaires and your millionaires cannot even come out and speak. They cannot come out and speak. And what is their investment in terms of security? So little. Are you waiting on the federal government to do that for you? You are joking. You have all the power. First of all, Industrialize, number one. Secondly, invest heavily in security. Invest heavily in security. I don't actually understand why you think that the presidency is what will bring about total change for you people. You have no excuse.
Nonso Okwa here is explaining again of what is happening. Nonso Okwa said that the kind way these security personnel are treating issues, that one no make sense at all to him. Us nanda agree bribe. Na hanaraga kazu. Na one gear and one bara keke. Or no onye chọrọ ka ogbuo we gasịa organs ya. Unfortunately, that in our work Rosie. So ewekpọtazi onye ahụ wetie n'aka ndị these security personnel, but na ha sizi n'azụ wee nara ego wee je release that person.
How shall handle the matter, especially the commandant Imo Civil Defense, Basil Igwe Bueze. Otu Basil, I shall handle the team. I don't that woman, the woman Jezema here to Commissioner of Police. I see that Tiger Base be brought that man so that can we can joy ajuju man up on more organ harvester more. Uzbana Agwala, the commandant of Civil Defense Imo State, Basil, Uzbana Agwala Piam. You release the guy. Nane go release the guy. So the Tiger Base the police are seen the guy. I release this and that. Ojikwa no show, Ojikwa no mamma, Ojikwa Boba, Ojikwa mente Mimo, release ala. So within that period, we were waiting for the Commissioner of Police to do something, or probably the Civil Defense again. But what they went to do was to engage on campaign of calumny against my personality, against Nonsompa. Commandant of Civil Defense, maybe you don't know me. I'm not your ordinary journalist. I am not your average Nigerian journalist. Maybe you don't know. Basil let me show you. So how forces the woman to come and confess. The woman had the bunker. Me when he had the auto ahodena. Me when he had the organ harvested. No when he repurumwaya. This and that and this. How force the woman because I see no Bruno ku here that got Chiano Civil Defense. Look at the woman. The woman ever ojo. Where panic. Where me try no. Me again who no when he had the auto ahodena. The woman no number here no or ya the girl. Oh you hammer no na here. I'm the Civil Defense. This woman now unu bera me here now or ya the girl. Una patola agwa aka n'odo. Kamgbe shi kam no na akwa ano na akpom na asim no so kwa biko melo down hapu godo okwu aka handle lawyer hapu okwu aka handle lawyer. You people have escalated this matter. Especially Basil Igwe Bueze. I know Nerubola owned us, Deputy Commandant. And they got a University of Kedu Namdasikiwe and Bronu Medugri. We have got your data. IG your data also package we Gazaya Abuja. Kaitize Gezibo Mon Nimo State. I tige Mon legally Nimo State. Am I ebo? But the son name negotiate Ibo. But you have Ibo. Let me play you the voice note of the lawyer GD's case so that you people understand exactly what we are saying.
Charles Mwenkonye, and I make a commissioner of police in Imo State for what he has done in respect of the petition, for what he has done in respect of the petition I wrote against the organ harvester, the rapist, and the armed robber. Onye nke nere my client rape boya, rob boya. No panele agwe na handle organ harvester. Mana site na mara Chineke onye kwupụtara onwe ya dịka onye shikwe the same village Chineke ya zọpụta ya. The young man refused to use her to do the rituals. And on a wutem na civil defense ndị nke gbatara ọsọ mee nwoke arrest release ya dịka anyị kwuru n'oge gara aga. Ụkwọnọ nke anyị mere mkpesara Commissioner of Police Imo State to look into the matter, and upon which our petition gbasara mkpesara nwata nwanyị a ihe dị otu a mere. The Commissioner of Police tried by referring the petition to Tiger Base to look into the matter. But on a man, despite the effort of the Tiger Base Imo State to look into this matter, the commandant or the people who are behind this issue at civil defense actually at this investigation go on. Ha kwere nkwa n'oge gara aga na ha ga-akpọghachite nwa amadi onye nke ha release na-ekwu na oji ha ahụ n'onye ha ji release an armed robber, a rapist, a man who said, see, the job we do in Imo State is to kidnap people and harvest their organs. Kaini lekwanya tanka naga n'ụbọchị nke taa 8th of April 2024 nke nwata nwanyị a our client bere akwa bịa n'ọfịs anyị again. Now why that na ndị civil defense ndị nọ n'isi na-enye mmanya ezigbo threat iji make sure na case a ekwulite okwu again. Nwata nwanyị a na-achọ justice na ihe mere. But o wutere anyị na they gave this woman condition dịka our client ji kọrọ anyị na ndị civil defense forced her mother to make a press release denying this incident.
We all can testify that this is what is happening in our Biafra land. No be small thing, because it is still under the control of Nigeria. But as time goes by, God will surely make a way where seems to be no way. Thank you, fans. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. Remember to subscribe with us. We are Magnetic Gist TV. Share this video, and let us interact in our comment section. We all love you. Bye.
Everything is, the thing is online, which I'm going to send also and show where they interviewed this woman, showed her own picture, forcing the woman to say what is not true in the name of threatening her that she will lose her job.
Oh.
This lady came to our office crying, asking, seeking for justice. And we are begging the Imo State Commissioner of Police to strengthen the investigation of this matter, especially inviting those that are involved in this matter and making sure that the young man in question is brought to justice. Let the young man, let them demand from the civil defense to transfer the young man to Tiger Base or any other officer, the Commissioner of Police, wish to assign this matter for proper investigation. We are pleading the governor of Imo State to look into this matter. That our client is crying, seeking for justice. Especially now that they are threatening her mother in her office, because she's also a civil defense. We are begging Imolites to look into this matter. Nobody knows. Onyoga wage in such a situation. We are begging the Nigerians, begging the IG to look into this matter. That our client needs justice. And not only justice, justice for all. Thank you, sir.
Odemma, because una holaya. Justice and equality is for everybody. Justice and equality is for everybody. So make this thing go viral. Imana the handle of National Civil Defense, the Civil Defense. Imana handle happy ko tag ya this post. Buriaga Twitter. Let us ensure that Basili Igwebueze produced through that organ harvester. Let us ensure that Basili Igwebueze produced through organ harvester. Basili Igwebueze ama hebo biara. I'm sorry, no, my hair bother. I'm not the Imo State. Or they have way, no Imo State to corner. I get a chayoko. Until Yamata no Imo State to corner. Let there be justice. Justice denied is justice delayed is justice denied. Thank you very much.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.